Good evening. Welcome to The Think It's All O-VAR, your weekly football podcast that doesn't take itself too seriously. Got a full house for a second week in a row. How are we doing, gents?
Okay.
Oh, good, mate. Yeah, you?
Not bad. How's England getting on, Liam? You're our man in the chair.
Yeah, no. Scotland have got a free kick. Ramsdale's in goal, so it might go in goal. It might go in.
Oh, Ramsdale's in, why?
Yeah,
It's
friendly, isn't it?
I suppose him in goal. He got Trippier at left back. He just doesn't give a fuck, does he? Kind of brings us on to our first point, doesn't it? International break. How are you finding it, Crippy?
It's obviously a bit dull because, club football takes a backseat. But, it's... I care very little about England right now just because the discourse is frustrating. It's like everyone's just talking about getting Southgate out, and it's like, okay, but it's all the chat is. It's like they're just sick of him, and there's no other talking point really. It's all everyone's sort of against. Everyone's bored of England again and moaning about the squad. And it's like, okay, well we're back to the usual with England, aren't we?
Yeah, I just find it an absolute nightmare. Like obviously, Wright and club.
Oh wow.
Yeah, thank you, Ash. That's doing a great freeze impression there.
Football. How's it gone again? I can't get through a week without it doing this.
I passed my bad Wi-Fi on to you now. Now you're robot man.
It's terrible, man. It's every time I use this bastard app now. Just like lose me to a false sense of security and then pick it up. Anyway. Kevin's back.
Kev.
And also couldn't give a shit about Scotland v England. Me not neither. Haven't got it on. What were we saying before everything went tits up?
Just England discourse. What do the other lads think about it? Andy and Liam, what do you boys think?
I mean, I don't like Southgate as it is. Not liked him for ages. But I've not. No, I mean, you can't pick Maguire and Phillips who haven't. Okay, other than the weekend, haven't played a minute of football. It's just ridiculous. Absolute shambles.
I can't get
Maguire's
around that.
But then
I can get my head around Phillips, but Maguire's
and then I don't know. Even Phillips, he doesn't deserve it. When he got the job, it was like, I'll pick players on form, not on reputation. Straight away, reputation over form.
Did it?
It never does. Though. You have to have your favourites that you pick regardless. You do have to have that. Every manager for every country has to have some. Because otherwise, if you're picking on form, you wouldn't have, people like Rashford and whatever. They'd be out, wouldn't they? You'd be always changing. You have to have a core, say 10 or 11 or so that are going to get picked if they
football.
Do have enough.
I mean, I've seen what's his face. Every United fan's favourite, Goldbridge, saying he had this perfect opportunity to go to Phillips and Maguire and say, "Look, you just need to get out. If you leave, you'll get in the squad. But if you're not playing football, I'm not going to pick you." And then obviously, whenever he gets asked in the questions in the conference, he's like, "Well, look, I told them if you want to play football, you need to leave."
Yeah, but he's still picking them.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter.
His press conferences are just getting weirder and weirder. Like the latest one, trying to claim that Foden can't play through the middle. Like,
that wasn't great.
Tell that to Newcastle. He fucking tore us apart playing through the middle the other week. Like, what is he on about?
Every coach and every player that's played with Foden says he'll be a great centre mid in the future. We all know he's being groomed for that role. It's just that Pep doesn't think he's got enough discipline to play in a Man City team like that. He could absolutely play international football playing through the middle, no doubt. If you want to have him as a 3, have 2 centre mids behind him and have Foden, as the sort of the front of the 2, then fine, have him more attacking. But we absolutely know he could play that role. He's more than good enough.
The thing is,
he's saying that, but he's just missed a chance from the edge of the ball. He can easily play through the middle. He just put the ball over the line. Perfect timing that.
But the thing is, like De Bruyne keeps him out of the middle of Man City's midfield. So there's not many who can do that for England who are like better than Foden. So it's not about what Pep does. It's about what Southgate does. Like, be your own man. Bell end. Oh, it's frustrating as fuck.
Rice, Bellingham, Foden would be the ideal 3, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's bold, but you just know Southgate's too afraid to do it because he wants to have the 2 sort of more deep lying midfielders and then have Bellingham be the one who's more creative rather than have Rice as the sort of ball winner. Bellingham is the box-to-box kind of player, but also creative attacking, and then Foden is the playmaker. But he's just too scared to give up that much of the ball in the middle. That's because Southgate is more conservative than he is bold and adventurous. So it's frustrating because I'd love to see Foden there as well. And I think he's such a good player, and I still think he's underrated as well by a lot of people. He's legitimately one of the best talents we've ever had. But yeah, it doesn't seem to get for England. It just hasn't quite happened for him, has it? I don't think Foden's had many games where we've said he's really shone, whereas someone like Saka seems to be England's go-to all the time.
Yeah, he's sort of made for England, isn't he, Saka?
He is, yeah, really is.
Kevin's made an interesting point here about Southgate. Possibly fancies Pickford and Maguire. I mean, Maguire's got compromat on him. 100%. He shouldn't be anywhere near it.
He's definitely got some nudie snaps at him, Maguire. Definitely.
No. But Pickford, Liam?
I mean, I don't know what Kevin's problem is. I don't get it.
I don't think he's doing it to wind you up.
I don't think he is. Like, I think he's genuinely serious. I mean, he's undoubtedly England's number one. And if he goes with Pope, all we have to do is rewind 2 weeks ago when the conversation is done. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's why he's not been here for the past couple of weeks, because Pope's been like in the bin, in the mud. It's like, you know what? I can't show my face after.
He didn't have a leg to stand on.
Pickford is one of those where it's because he's been around for so long, and obviously with Everton struggling, it looks like, oh, why is he still England's number one when we have an England player for Arsenal? But based on performances, he's warranted his spot. He hasn't done anything to warrant being kicked out. And as I say, Pope missed his opportunity as slim as he had it, didn't he? He blew it. And I don't think many people think Ramsdale's a better goalkeeper than Pickford as well. So Arsenal don't, clearly.
I think Ramsdale will be, but he's not there yet.
No.
I mean, Ramsdale's only 23, 24, so he's still got plenty of time.
Yeah, he's got loads. He's got 100 years.
And I mean, I don't want to keep banging the same drum, but if people did the job right, Pickford would be Sir Jordan Pickford by now, because he would have won us the Euros, but that's what it is.
Kev wants to know, Andy, are you hurt watching Phillips get no playing time at all after leaving Leeds?
No, Judas can fuck off. No, no. To be fair, we know why he left. He's obviously for the money and to win stuff, so we can't really begrudge him that. He's ground out in the Championship, so we can't really begrudge him a move. But it is a bit silly when he's. I mean, what did he play last season? I don't think he's even played a full 90 minutes, has he, in the course of the season? So, no. But at the end of the day, he's still won more than Kane, hasn't he? So,
well, exactly. Yeah, for all he's played fuck all, he got 7 trophies or something last season. He's got.
Yeah,
you can tell the future generation, I won all this and this, and they can't deny it. Doesn't matter how much you play, he's got those trophies.
Yeah, that's it.
So Scotland and England are playing tonight, and Newcastle have 2 players that could possibly be going in the opposite direction when it comes to that. Because Elliot Anderson's represented Scotland through all the youth levels, got called up to the senior side, pulled out through injury, so he's still eligible to switch to England. And Gareth Southgate's admitted that he would quite fancy it. Whereas Harvey Barnes is sick of Southgate picking his favourites, knows he can't get into his side, so he might just fuck off to Scotland.
Yeah.
Don't you think that once you've represented a country, no matter what level and whether it's a friendly or not, you should be locked in?
I'm torn on this because it's hard when you're a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, really knowing what you want, because obviously national managers, all they want to do is lock down a talent when they're young. Remember with Zaha, we were desperate to get Zaha to play without any really regard to what we were going to do with him in the future. We just knew he was good. I was like, oh, quick, let's try and get him a friendly or whatever. So I am really torn on this. It does seem weird to have like say Grealish and Rice represent Ireland and then switch to England. That does seem really fucking weird, and vice versa, players representing England at youth level or whatever. But it's tough because I just think teenagers can't always make a decision for them. They're influenced by their family, by friends, and they probably do think, well, I'm a better player than I was a few years ago. Maybe I could go for the country I wanted to go for rather than just admit defeat and play for a nation I've got more chance of getting more minutes for. So it's a tough balance. I really don't know what the right answer is. I understand players that make the switch, but I'm hastened to condemn them entirely for doing so.
To be realistic, though, if you switch to Scotland, you're not exactly you're never going to win anything, are you? If you switch to Scotland, you're never going to win anything.
You're not going to win anything, but you're likely to play every time.
Yeah,
there's a friendly. So I can kind of see, like Cribby, I can see both sides of it. But I think once, especially Harvey Barnes' case, he's represented England. It was only in a friendly, but it was a senior call-up. So, you shouldn't.
I think that's a fair distinction. If it's a senior call-up rather than youth.
Can't see behind Duncan Field chippy. I think that's part of it as well. Obviously, Haaland should be playing for England because he was born in Leeds. So.
Yeah.
But then again, clearly Norwegian parents. So, yeah. Just once you represent your country at a senior level, regardless of whether it is competitive or not, that should lock you in. Agreed?
Probably has to, yeah.
Right, we solved football. Could be worse, could be German. They are in the mire right now. Could get even worse because Klopp could be going.
Ooh.
Germany have come out and said now is the time for Klopp.
Really?
That's an interesting one. He's a rebuild manager, but international level is different, isn't it, than club football? Because at least with club football you play every week, whereas international you've got to be really, really patient.
I don't think he'd go anywhere.
No, I can't see that yet.
Liverpool's
still worth saying it.
The only way he'll leave Liverpool is if they sack him.
You can still do both, though, can't you? You can still be a club. You can still be a club manager and a national manager, can't you?
On FM, you can.
Yeah, I'm football manager. Has anyone ever actually done that?
I don't know.
Roy Keane. Roy Keane did at Villa. Really? He was still the assistant for Ireland, and then he did. He was
assistant.
Come on, Crispy.
Someone Google it.
That's the best example I can think of off the top of my head. And then he canned Villa in because he was sick of it. But yeah.
What else we got? You've been busy again, Crypty.
Yeah, loads to talk about.
Before we move on, though, if TTC they go to Germany, who's going to take over him?
Ooh.
What, for Liverpool?
Nice one.
Yeah.
Where's Jack when you need him?
Thomas Frank. Another German in? Germanite?
Yes.
Yeah. Germanite?
Is he Danish?
They'll probably go for someone like Tuchel or something, probably knowing them.
Sure he's Danish.
Might be Danish, sorry.
Yeah. Speaking can play club country. Yeah. I think it is still a rule, just nobody does it.
I think there's a good crop of Premier League managers now that are good enough to make that step up for a team like Liverpool. So there are, obviously Brighton as well.
He's done a good job.
Potter. Who's that?
Potter.
Well, Brighton.
Oh, there we go. Someone's Googled it. Fatih Tarim sounds like somebody calling me a name. The 68-year-old former Galatasaray players managed the team and Turkey national team on 3 occasions. Oh, that's just greedy, isn't it?
There we go. Thank you very much.
Has been done. Yeah, thanks, Facebook user. Mark Hughes. Possibly.
I can't remember. I thought he left Stoke for Wales or Wales then Stoke. I don't know.
Whoa! Did he?
No.
Did he?
I don't remember Sir Alex managing Scotland.
Maybe it was like, Aberdeen.
Or a charity game.
Speaking of weird international managerial appointments, Lee Bowyer is now the national coach of Montserrat.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Any name they can get in.
Madness. I didn't realise that Joe Willock's brother plays for Montserrat as well. And Willock is himself eligible to play for them if he doesn't get called up for England.
That's the last resort, isn't it, though? That's like, wow. I literally have nothing else.
Switch allegiance to Montserrat.
That's like, is it Higginbotham that played for Gibraltar? Do you remember that?
Maybe it's 6 World Cup, Fergie, Scotland and Man U at the same time. Nah.
No way.
Get that Googled.
I'd be surprised if that's true. That's mad.
Wasn't it like Walter Smith? But
so he took over of United in '86, but was he still?
Was there an overlap?
I can't remember him being Scotland manager, to be fair.
Neither can I.
He was Scotland manager between 85 and 86, apparently.
There you go.
And then took over United 86. So there could have been like a little crossover for a couple of months, a month maybe, but
strange. Montserrat, wasn't that an opera singer? Sounds more like a font. Montserrat, bold, italic.
Well, he got the United job in November 1986, so that would have been after the World Cup, because the World Cup's during the summer. So, yeah, no overlap there.
Moving on, have a little spotlight on Everton, because Sean Dyche is booking his favourite to be sacked, but you've got a takeover on the horizon, which will be a complete clean, get everyone out takeover. Good news, bad news? Not convinced.
Have you been masturbating?
I don't think there is any good news in that at all. 777, the people that are buying us out, currently have
just had a fan protest.
Standard Liège trying to get them out. Vasco da Gama trying to get them out. Sevilla trying to get them out. It's just perfect, isn't it? You know? Absolutely, it's just ridiculous.
The frying pan into the fire.
I just don't understand it. Yeah. But this MSP, who were supposed to be, who had the first exclusivity agreement, they've already put in like 100 million into the stadium and stuff, like loans. So I don't understand. I don't understand it at all. But again, I want to say it'll be better than what it is, but you don't know. You can't own this many football clubs and all of them are protesting against it and be that good. Do you know what I mean?
I thought it was just Standard Liège. I thought all the others were too.
Nah, Sevilla have been in the mud as well. Vasco da Gama. I think there's another team.
I suppose, Sevilla almost had to put their entire team off the sale, didn't they? That's a good point.
How are fans taking it? Are they excited?
Kenwright going will get me excited, but
how long will it last?
There might be another dickhead in charge that you now want gone as well. So.
No, in Everton, they'll get rid of Kenwright, sack Dyche, and make him manager.
Worms his way back in.
The only way I'll take this 777 is if they 100% it's guaranteed that Kenwright's gone.
Just waiting for
1-0 England.
Yeah, you're miles behind Liam. Speed it up.
Yeah, I'm on delay. Realised.
Yeah, phone. I was seeing Liam looking. I was like, waiting for it to come. Yeah.
I mean,
no, because Bill Kenwright is 100 times worse than he is. 20 years we've been protesting Ash. 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years, and you're still going. You've never been relegated.
Exactly. 20 years, we're still going, trying to get rid of him.
What else have we got? Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this. Apparently, Liam's missus has been on Twitter. My friend and his two mates have a podcast all about everything that's happened that week. I put it on at night. He said, boring rambling sends me into a peaceful sleep. Well, supported missus.
Yeah.
It wasn't her, though. I just want to point out.
No, it wasn't her.
Because if for some reason she's watching now, I'm going to get in the next straight away. So I showed her and she was like, no, I'm more supportive than that.
Yeah.
Good. Kevin's on a what about her? Yeah. Blazes.
I mean, United fans got nothing to mourn about. Spent over $1 billion.
I know.
Yeah. Very first world problems. Very first world problem with United fans.
Exactly. At least
because the first time in about 30 years they're not winning anything and they haven't got all the referees up their ass and now they're getting the fucking Norwich scarves out because they're not winning every week.
It's ridiculous. I mean, spend 80 million on a fidget spinner who, got in a bit of trouble as well. You can't complain.
Yeah. In fact, we might as well get onto that next because it's on the list. The old aforementioned fidget spinner, Paul Pogba, suspended after testing positive for testosterone. Surely he should have testosterone. I mean,
it's a weird one. Yeah. It's just crazy how he's ruined his career since leaving Juventus the first time, hasn't it? Went bad at United, left United and is injured at Juve, suspended and just barely has played in the last year or so, and now he's suspended for failing a drugs test. It's like your career's down the shitter, mate.
It's a weird
Man U just
one of those. Sorry,
Man U just offered 90 million for him.
He's one of those players who's got all the talent in the world, but just doesn't seem to actually like football.
Got everything about his game to make him the all-round perfect midfielder, but just never. Yeah, it's not the drive to want to improve. Oh, and that's 2-0.
He's such a dick that he doesn't.
2-0 Bellingham. Yeah,
so,
another all-round midfielder, Jude Bellingham. Thank you very much. Also, having a great. Didn't put it on the docket, but he's having a great time at Real Madrid. He is loving life at Real Madrid. He's like, I think he had 2 or 3 man of the matches in a row, scoring goals, creating, just taking the piss out of the league. Absolute class act. Liverpool should be gutted.
Yeah,
fans should be. Their club would done.
They don't have that kind of money, so
apparently not.
But they'll put 100 million in for Moises Caicedo
Caicedo, yeah.
That fucking club, man.
They don't like an investment in a young talent that's got more than 10 years worth of service to provide. Clearly, one of the best players, best midfielders in the world already.
But Andy Robertson set up Jude Bellingham. Please inject that into my veins right now. That could have happened to a nicer person in the world. Absolute scumbag he is. I'm so happy.
Tell us how you really feel. Fucking hell.
Yeah, don't sugarcoat it.
Jesus.
Sorry, carry on.
Was the Pogba the same thing as a Maradona scandal? I mean, no, Maradona was clearly snorting coke on the pitch.
Yeah, that was cocaine and crack or whatever else he was on.
Yeah.
Do you remember that video of Maradona celebrating when Argentina played Nigeria, and then he's celebrating his eyes he looks so out of it, and then the camera's quickly shifted away. He's like, "Oh, this doesn't look good." Maradona celebrating and praying. I was like, "No, he's out of it. He's definitely on something."
No, he was a one-off. Don't fuck.
Yeah.
We've done Pogba. Jesse Lingard's training with West Ham again, is he?
Indeed. Yeah. No, I was going to mention it in the previous pod. Yeah, Moyes said he's been training for a few weeks. He's getting back to fitness, so he might be getting a contract with them. But I think it's embarrassing that it's come to this point. Like, what's he been doing all summer? He was at Forest. How do you leave Forest and then you're unfit all summer and then you're not getting back to it? I thought he'd be raring to go after a shit season. He'd be like, yeah, it's time to buck up. People are getting on my case, calling me, a husband, whatever. Let's prove them wrong. He's just, there's no ambition there.
No. I think he's, again, another one, talented. Couldn't give a shit.
Really talented. Like that year he had at West Ham was amazing. And
he's never proved that he could.
No, it's sadly not. It's just crazy because I remember a time when people rated Lingard as one of the best playmakers we had England-wise, but he just hasn't shown that enough, has he, in his career? He stayed at United for way too long, and like I say, not staying on at West Ham when he had that good a season was such a weird decision.
I think being at Man United's given him such an ego, and then he went to West Ham, and everybody started looking at him thinking that he was the real deal, and his ego inflated even more. And then he just got basically couldn't.
If I was Moyes, I wouldn't take him on though. Pipe him off to go to Forest. I'd be like, no, you had your chance.
Yeah,
I think that's what he's kind of doing. He's making him work for this rather than say we're going to offer him a contract, a 1-year deal. He's saying no, he's getting fit, and that's all Moyes has said. He's not really giving any out-and-out statement about signing him. So clearly, they're not going to let him get away with this either. They're going to push him and see if he's got the right attitude before they sign him.
Europe as well, though, so it fit him perfect.
Yeah, good homegrown.
Chelsea already 6 points off the top 4. Can't afford to lose the Champions League money after a financial gamble. That's fucking putting it lightly, Crippy. Financial gamble. Spent £1 billion.
Yeah. It's going to crash and burn, isn't it? I don't know what you'd have to think about it.
Mudryk, 88 million. He's played 87 minutes and hasn't a goal or assist to his name this season. I mean,
million a minute.
Yeah, dog shit.
That's mental.
Literally is dog shit.
I mean, I don't.
For Poch, I mean, he's got that many new players, and obviously some of them he hasn't even bought. It's going to take him a while, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the problem, isn't it?
How do you keep that many people happy?
Just what I was going to say. That's the problem. They've got long-term deals on these players, and a lot of these players are going to turn to shit because they're not playing. But yet they won't be able to release them. Obviously, they're valuable assets, and they're going to be on long-term deals where they're going to be paying them, up to $100,000 a week for until 2029 and whatever, because they've got signed 6-year, 7-year deals. It's a crazy idea Chelsea are doing. And as you say, not everyone can play. So there are some players that are on big money that are going to have to keep sitting on the bench. They're going to be livid. Just doing nothing.
Yeah.
We have touched on it before in the fact that they're most likely going to get slammed with a transfer ban. So maybe they're just getting all the players in now. And
that's why they bought about 60 players.
Yeah, hoping they can make a team out of them when they can't buy anymore.
And I guess flog them for some profit if they get their value up. But it's risky, isn't it?
Everyone they've signed's flopped. Jackson maybe. Doing all right.
He had a good start, and then his finishing was off the last couple of games. I do still think he's got it though. He's more of a Chelsea player, but yeah, a lot of players they've spent 30 mil on 40 mil that aren't even playing yet, which is just bizarre.
Stupid club. Italy 2-0 up over Ukraine. Not with tonight.
Well, he's
got. Non-tour double.
Oh, sweet. Go on, lad.
Love it now.
Yeah, okay. Gotta laugh or you'll cry. Newcastle get their Champions League underway in 6 days' time. Now it looks like Tonali's not going to be fit to face his former club, which sucks. But Crippy, you wanted to go over predictions of where we'll end up in our group, which contains PSG, Dortmund, and AC Milan. Right, this was yours. You kick off.
Well, I know I'm in the minority because we did talk about it in the chat a week or so ago, but I do think Newcastle, the home games might be all right. I just think those away games at Milan and Dortmund and Paris are going to be the ones that might stop Newcastle from getting out of that group. I'm not confident that you're going to do it. It's a horrible group to be in. Really is unlucky, and I think those away games could fuck you.
But I am inclined to agree. If we'd got off to a better start in the Premier League, I'd be a bit more optimistic. But
yeah,
it's coming too quick off the back of a shit run. So I don't know how we're going to react. What about you two fellas?
The thing is, when you get in the Champions League, you get in the Champions League with the excitement of playing these teams. So just go and enjoy it and see what happens, isn't it?
That's what I said when everyone was like shitting bricks. I was like, this is why you want to get in the Champions League.
Absolutely, yeah.
These teams.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we might get our asses handed to us, but it's the first time we've been in the competition for 20 years. We're not expecting to win the fucker. So, mint, we get to go to 3 of the best teams in Europe.
I still think if you at home, I think you're going to be strong at home. So I still think you might scrape second, to be fair, and get out of the group second.
It's a chance, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not hanging my hopes on it. Liam?
I think you get second. I mean, they're only names now, aren't they? PSG they got Mbappe.
Yeah, true.
A couple on a rumour. The defence is good, but Mbappe is just lightning. He's class, isn't he? But same with Dortmund. They blew the league last year. They literally had it in their hands and they bottled it.
Yep.
And Milan, again, Rafael Leao, that's about it. Top of my head.
Yeah.
You could do them. If you can get 6 points at home out of your 9 or 7, if you can get a draw against one of them at home, was like PSG.
They've got Ruben left arse cheek.
Yeah. He went there. But I reckon second place easy. 7 points at home. You can get 4 away, maybe.
Yeah.
Fine. I'd love for you to get spanked every single game. I'd love nothing more. But I would, because it'll just humble a lot of Newcastle fans.
What a true friend you are.
Your get receipts are going to be amazing. I'll say that. When those away games are going to be bringing Paris, Milan, and Dortmund to St James is going to be fantastic. So that will be an experience, regardless of the outcome.
Indeed. Is Tonali completely ruled out of Brentford? Not completely. Yeah, he'll be tested when he gets back to Newcastle, but it's not looking good. I think Turn will get into Europa League for second half. I mean, I'd take that.
Yeah.
Conference League, Villa, your group, AZ Alkmaar, Legia Warsaw, and someone I can't pronounce from Boston. If you don't get out of that group with Captain fucking Europe as your manager,
we don't deserve to be there. Yeah, I can't imagine an upset there, to be honest. I think we'll be fine.
Clip it.
To be fair, honestly, if we're not, I'll say happily that I was an idiot. Like if we bottle that, then that's craziness. I think we because you think about it, Villa probably are one of the top 10 teams expected to actually win the whole thing, aren't they? You'd say so. If we're not getting out of a group with that, obviously AZ Alkmaar are probably the best pick of the bunch, but we should still see past them at home at least. So yeah, I'm confident.
Yeah, Andy, agreed.
Yeah, got a good chance. It was like I say, you're in these competitions to enjoy them European nights, aren't you? So just go and enjoy it.
Have a good time. I was going to say after that, I didn't put it in, but I wanted to ask Andy as well with have like a sort of Leeds review. I know they've had a sort of a lukewarm start with a few draws and whatever. But how does Andy feel? How does he feel about how things have gone?
Yeah, not too bad. Like I say, it's been a bit of a mixed start, but we've still only lost one game, and that was for a dodgy 90th minute penalty. So I think with all the new players we've brought in, all the players we've lost, I think it's going to take a while for us to bed them all in. But I'm quite pleased with what we're playing. We're playing decent football. We're always on the front foot. We're just trying. It's just teams come, especially at Ellen Road, and play a low block, and we can't break them down. It's how we was when we was in the Premiership. To be fair, when Bielsa was there, but I'm still pretty confident of how we're playing, and I think we're playing some good stuff. So I'm quietly confident that we'll make playoffs this year. Anyway, I think we will. Well, that squad we should do anyway.
You got some good new signings
as well. Yeah, it's a hell of a squad.
Yeah, it's just like say some of the players we'd lost, like losing Sinister on deadline day wasn't great. But you know, he was probably my favourite player. I wanted to keep over Nonto. If Nonto was going, then I want to bother Lionel Sinister stayed. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with Fark. To be fair, he's got playing good football, and I think it just once it clicks, it's one of the things. Once it clicks, we'll be up and running. I think.
Yeah,
I really like the appointment of Fark as well. I think that's a good, solid manager for that level. Should smash it with that squad.
Let's say what I put in the chat about that podcast with our CEO, if you listen to what he says with Farker, he said, with the shit what's gone on over the past month or so, any other bloke would have walked with the shit what he had to deal with when he walked into that club.
Yeah.
So he's already gone way up on everyone's estimation straight away just for handling that the way he did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a good appointment. I like him, I do.
But that's the thing, Leeds are always going to be a massive job. Leeds are a big club. So no matter what state they're in, there's always going to be managers that, I'd love to get Leeds back on top. So you're always going to be able to attract that. Same with players as well. Players that know football, that remember Leeds, whatever. It's always going to be that reputation thing of playing for a club of that stature. So, yeah, for Fark to do that, so he's got confidence that he can turn it around if the board support him.
It was discussed on that podcast. Was saying like it's a heavy shirt to wear for a player, and it's also a massive job for any manager because it just breaks managers. Decent managers have come in and just broke them because it's a massive job.
Championship.
I've got nothing else. I've got nothing else.
It's War Mates from Evermore. Good evening.
Evening.
Well, that wasn't actually the comment I wanted to bring up. It was this one. I think Villa will win Europe. Emery loves that competition. He's almost unbeatable in it. That's.
Well, whilst you were talking about Championship, then I had a quick look, and Villa are favourites, like heavy favourites to win it.
Yeah.
Newcastle were quite high up on the list for Champions League, like above some teams that really should be higher than Newcastle. I don't know if that's it will have changed by now, I imagine, but
that's based on last season. You'd say absolutely.
Right, moving on. Early signing of the season contenders. Ward-Prowse, Maddison, Diaby are the three examples you've given. Has anyone got any more they want to throw in?
Just Premiership.
I was stuck. Well, you can do a Championship, Andy. You got something there?
No, I'm just thinking.
Worldwide.
I would probably say, as we was on about before, Bellingham for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Good
shout. Can't argue that.
I would have said probably Diaby at Villa for that one.
Yeah, he got player of the month for us. It's just weird. We've actually signed someone who's had a good start and looks the business. Because obviously Bailey, still to this day, blows so hot and cold. You'll go a month of hating him, then a month of loving him, and that's just the player he's going to be, I think, for us. But Diaby has really been class from the off. Really good player. Not cheap, but good.
Draw the first home game and then get stuffed in every other game. Thanks.
There's a lot of hatred of Newcastle today,
isn't there? Madison for me, says Kevin. I think that's a good shout.
Yeah, it's been good for them. Been good for them.
This is our podcast, Kevin.
Yeah,
we'll be asking questions of Evermore.
It's outrageous.
Chic. I love this one. This one just. Man United lose 500 million in stock value after the Glazers refuse to sell. It just keeps me happy. Like it happened last week, didn't it?
Yeah.
It just kept me happy every day. Like it's like a warm blanket.
Yeah, I was going to say every bit of information of them going tits up just gives me like a nice little cuddle.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you having a shit day? Did you remember that day that they lost 500 million?
Yeah.
And obviously they've got Jadon Sancho and Eric Ten Hag having a fight to the death. Like, I think they're both going to be playable characters in Mortal Kombat 1 when it comes out next week.
The thing is that with Sancho, you never win that battle when you're a player. You know, doing that in public isn't going to make the manager go, "Oh, you've got the right attitude that I want to see. You sound like a professional." It doesn't work, does it? The manager's just going to drop you. And again, what does he lose from it? Because Sancho's not been great, has he? It's not like it's a player that Man United really need, is it? He's been awful. That's the brunt of it. And I think I said last week that him being, I can't remember exactly what I said with Sancho, but it's like if he was playing well, he'd play. If he was doing well in training, he would play, regardless of the application, training, whatever. If he was actually putting out the numbers he's meant to, he'd be in that starting 11. But the fact is, he's not been good enough, which is why he's not there. This isn't like a conspiracy against him. It's like, it's easy. We can see you've not played well in games you've started, so the manager's been justified. And now his attitude's even more so.
I still like him, though. I still rate him. I just think he doesn't fit Man United.
Yeah, like with Alexis, went to the wrong club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He thrived elsewhere.
Monica, because she's doing my fucking Sweden.
The podcast.
Just biting us for no reason.
Well, we're still waiting for cat cam. If you're not going to provide cat cam, Ash, you're going to have
to... Right in the middle. What a little one in the middle.
With a little fucker. Yes, very much a kitten. Which is the only reason I haven't booted her to the moon yet. Because if she was fully grown and still acting like this, there'd be no this. I jest, obviously. Shit, we ran out of stuff, so it's time to look at our predictions. There's a lot of duplication this week, fellas.
Copycats.
I'm not sure why the colour's done what it has here, but
I think I got mine in first, so there can't be me copying. Mine was in first.
Oh, sure, you did, yeah.
Oh, it's like that, isn't it?
That's last week's.
That's last week's. Why didn't it upload this week's?
I don't know.
I swear to God, StreamYard is having my life lately. I'm very, very unhappy with the service. Oh, is it gone?
Oh yeah, do we know? Do we have predictions? This is just fresh from. Yeah.
You can just read them out if you want to.
Yeah. I can look at mine.
I've got them all here. It's just for some reason the image is the wrong one. So game week 5, Wolves versus Liverpool. In fact, we've still got plenty of time, so let's go around the board. I'll kick off. 2-0 to Liverpool for me, which makes me a little bit ill, a wee bit queasy. What had to be done? Liam?
3-0 away win.
That made you feel even more sick.
Said away win.
Very clever. Crippy?
2-1. Obviously, you always get that goal in away from home. Yeah.
That ain't right. 2-1 away win, obviously.
Yeah.
You're not back in Wolves, you haven't lost the plot.
No.
Andy?
Same 2-1 away win.
Yeah. Villa versus Palace. This is one where there's a lot of similarities. I'll kick off. I've gone 2-0 to Villa. Liam?
2-1 Villa.
Crippy?
I think
2-1 Villa. They're going to score Palace. They're too good not to.
Andy?
2-1 Villa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fulham versus Luton. Let's go round reverse order. Andy?
I've gone Fulham to win 2-0. I don't think they're going to blow them away. I think they'll just loot the shit out of them. Yeah, I think it'll just be comfortable. Yeah, 2-0.
Yeah.
Crippy?
Yeah, I went 2-0 as well. Same reason.
Luton must be shit. You haven't even backed them to score.
No, exactly. Do we think they're doing the dime, by the way? Do we think they'll be the first team relegated this season? Relegated in like March or something?
Yeah. Unfortunately for them.
On 0 points.
Yeah. It's just because it's one less place for you.
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
No hopeless, unfortunately. Liam, what was your prediction?
3-0 Fulham.
Do you know, I've gone 1-0 to Fulham. Maybe I'm giving Luton too much credit.
Well, they will try and defend. They obviously, they won't. I don't think they got blown away, like Andy said. I don't know. They have some respect. They've got to do something, haven't they? At some point, they've got to turn up at some point.
Yeah, it's not the best, is it? It won't be on first on match of the day, will it? Man United versus Brighton. Liam.
2-1 United.
Crippy.
Same, yeah. I'd love an upset. I just don't know. I don't know if it'll happen. 2-1 United.
Andy.
I went 1-1.
I've gone 2-2.
Desmond.
Spurs versus.
It gets you every time. Gets you every time.
Desmond.
Every time. Just.
Spurs versus Sheffield. I'm not even going to go around the board on this one because we all said 3-0 on this.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think that's a pretty safe bet, to be honest.
Yeah. They're in trouble as well, aren't they? I think Sheffield United.
Yeah, they could be.
Can't wait to come back next Tuesday. It's Spurs 0, Sheffield United 2.
Imagine. Did I say Sheffield? I totally said Sheffield. Sheffield United. West Ham versus Man City. Crippy, you can start us off because you're the only one who's got a different answer.
2-1 Man City, I went for, yeah.
You did.
Should be close. West Ham, 3-1. Okay.
I mean, yeah, we're all back in West Ham to score. So.
Yeah.
I think they'll go 1-0 up as well, West Ham. I think they'll go 1-0 up quite early.
And just piss Man City off, so...
Hope the bear and then Haaland just transforms another mutation and just goes fucking mad.
He's already got 6 goals this season, Haaland.
He's
this guy's on fire.
It's unreal. He's literally unreal. I know, everyone says it, he's a robot or whatever, but fucking hell.
It reminds me of a basketball player, though, isn't it? How they, at basketball, they cater to their best player to get the most points. It's kind of like we're finally reinventing football, where the strikers actually do get a goal a game because you do get a shot. You get a couple of shots per game, and then you're finally making the most of it. So yeah, crazy. You could hit 40 goals this season, couldn't you? This rate,
easy.
40 plus.
Easy. Oh, yeah, easy. Easy.
Especially with Lewis.
I'm pleased he's got a face like a bag of smashed crabs because he's got too much going for him otherwise. Newcastle versus Brentford, the evening kickoff. Liam, what have you got?
2-1. Home win.
I love it. I love it. Crippy.
Yeah, same 2-1 to Newcastle.
Fucking God.
Tough game, no, because Brentford is good. No, don't diss Brentford.
No, not at all. Andy, what have you got?
Same 2-1 home win.
I've gone. I swear to God, if this is Perry, yeah, I've gone 1-0. I'm not expecting us to run away with it, but a win. No, I'm going to kill you. To kill you. Kev's gone 3-1. I hope so, Kev. And if this is Perry, I'm very disappointed. Bournemouth versus Chelsea on Sunday. I've gone 2-0 to Chelsea. Must be really thinking Bournemouth shit. Crippy, what have you got?
2-1 Chelsea again.
That makes a load of sense, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I think Bournemouth suck just enough that they'll lose, but Chelsea also do reek.
Jack? I swear to God, this is very difficult to multitask.
That's why he's got the way the fucking cat ripped it out.
Shoot it off. Right, okay, we're on Bournemouth, Chelsea. Liam, what was yours?
2-1 Chelsea.
Same.
Andy, same, and
I
went 2-0, didn't I? So, yeah, we're all back in Chelsea. Everton versus Arsenal. Some interesting ones here, mate.
Yeah. Sorry, Liam.
I'll kick off because Liam's going to hate this. I've gone 3-0 to Arsenal. Sorry, mate.
What, Andy?
Creepy.
2-1 Arsenal. I went.
2-0. I went 2-0 Arsenal.
Liam, we'll end with you. What did you go for?
I went 1-0 last year, didn't I? And we got it right, so I'm going to go 2-1.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did get it right last time, didn't you?
Yeah.
I thought there must be some reason that you've picked Everton to beat Arsenal.
No one else is. No one else will back us, so I've got to do it.
I get wrong when I do back here. I get wrong when I don't. So, for God's sake, Crippy, will we ever see the return of the bright pink headphones?
I tried, but I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear out of them. It was a nightmare of a stream. I was
just put them on over your ear.
I was just going to say,
true. Yeah,
yeah. It's a fashion thing. It's not a practicality thing.
That's true, actually. Yeah. All right, they'll come back, Jack. They'll be back.
Finally, we've got Forest and Burnley on the Monday. Andy, kick us off. You've gone Goalfest here.
I went frisky, didn't I? Forest 3-2. I think it's going to be just going to be one of them mad games. It's going to be end to end.
Because it's going to be shit, therefore it's going to be good.
Yeah.
All the goals are going to be absolute wank.
It'll probably be 0-0 now, now I've said it, but I was going for a mad 3-2 home win.
Who's this guy?
1-1. If this Moose is feeling frisky tonight, man.
It is. It's to have a go at everyone today.
I know people aren't fine, you.
He's got a particular set of skills.
Liam, Forest, Burnley.
I forgot to put. No, I think I put 2-1 Forest. Yeah, 2-1 Forest.
You did 2-1 Forest. Crippy.
I put 1-1, but can I change mine to 2-1 Forest? I have no idea why I went 1-1.
No, 1-1.
Of course, yeah.
Burnley is
locked in. Got to take your first answer.
It's on the spreadsheet now. Can't be moved. I've gone 2-1, so yeah. I'll have your points. Yeah, poor mine got the next Sunderland written all over them. I mean, you always have called you the Scouse Mackhams, so you know, makes sense. He is a Sunderland fan, by the way, so he's even coming after his own club here. I don't know. Anyway, that's everything, unless anyone's thought something else miraculous, something brilliant to end on.
The only thing I wanted to add on, because Crippy put in and Dyche was favourite to get sacked, which I thought.
I was going to ask you, Liam. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Well, on that, which is shambles, really. But if Newcastle lose the next two games, Eddie Howe in trouble or not?
No. Eddie Howe's got until at least Christmas before there'll be any pressure on him. He's banked far too much goodwill. And with all the lovey-dovey, huggy shit that was all over the documentary, they can't afford to just sack him on a spell of poor form because they'll look like wankers. So they'll ride it out till Christmas, I think. Hopefully by then he'll have got shit together, though.
And if
Do you think? What if we were? If
you are still like struggling come Christmas,
oh, then he's got to go.
But if you're like 8th to 12th come Christmas time, are you happy to keep him in charge or?
Yeah, I'd keep him. We're not expecting. The weird thing, like Newcastle, have overachieved last season, and it's put them in a difficult spot because now they're expected to do shit.
Yeah.
Fuck off, mouse.
To be fair, though, to be fair, from this season, he's got credit in the bank, can he? So I think even if you don't miss, I think if he's just finishing the top 10 this season, he'll still be there next year.
Yeah, I don't think anyone
should be, but it's the fans. That's what I'm getting at. Are they going to be?
It's the manner of it as well, isn't it? It depends how they lose games.
If we're getting spanked every week, then he's got to go. But if
losing the games in a row, if it's spread out, if you're just losing away games to big teams or away games more than home games, you'll be fine. But it's when you go on those 4 or 5 defeats in a row, that's when things get quite toxic, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's also
three defeats in a row, but it was to Man City, Liverpool, and Brighton. So we can't.
That's what I was going to say. It depends on who you're losing to, doesn't it? If you're getting spanked by Bournemouth and whatever, then questions need to be asked. But you sort of expect it against City, Liverpool, whatever, don't you? I mean, you know it's coming.
I mean, we started the season with Koeman. We played United, Chelsea, City, and Arsenal, and we got 3 points in the first game, and then he got sacked.
Yeah.
What?
So it means nothing now.
Yeah,
although we have Belcom right in charge, so it says everything.
I was going to say,
if you look at like teams like Watford and Wolves, they're fucking losing at half time and they get sacked. That means that their managers, they're just gone.
Watford are unreal.
Yeah, their managers get sacked. Was it Gus Poyet got sacked while he was in the studio? You realise his job is gone. He was like, "Oh, I've just been sacked apparently." I swear that was Poyet, wasn't it? It was Poyet in the BBC.
Yeah. Got over the Darwin Núñez masterclass. I've had to deal with the Evan Ferguson one since then.
Oh, the one I was going to say about Evan Ferguson.
Oh,
what about him?
So he got asked in a press conference, obviously representing Ireland.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, obviously I'll represent Ireland, but if you ask my mum, who's up there, she'll probably say no. It's got to be England. So I mean, he didn't say no. I'm not going to turn to England. He just said, "What's up to my mum? I'll be playing for England."
Yeah,
he definitely wants to play for England. 100%.
We should buy him a house.
If he does, do everything we can to bring him over.
He 100% wants to play for Everton. Fair enough, I'll have him for England.
I don't think any of us would turn him down.
Yeah.
How do I feel about the Mags recruitment in the summer? Like, we covered this the other week, didn't I? I think I give him about an 8 out of 10. But we desperately needed a central defender, and it's already biting us in the arse because Shea and Buckman are both carrying knocks, and it just shows that they fucked up. Basically, the one position they needed, they didn't buy for, but the ones they did bring in have all been really good. So can't twist really. Just it's a spot of bad luck more than bad judgment. That's how I'm playing it out in my mind, so I don't lose my shit. Anyway,
I was going to ask Liam just on the Dyche thing. How much leeway does Dyche get before people call for his head? And you personally, because obviously we acknowledge that Dyche is a good manager, but you weren't happy with him constantly playing Keane and then you losing. So those decisions, how long does he get before
the last 2 games? He's been dropped when playing
Brown's game, wasn't it? Yeah,
but then he wasn't really helped in the window, was he? He's
wasn't great.
Arm tied behind his back, selling a Wolby, deadline day, not getting anyone in. Gray gone, no one to replace him. Okay, sorry, we've got Harrison on loan. But he's got the players that he wants. Because I reckon he'll be good, Harrison. I reckon he'll be good.
When he's fair, I agree. He's useful.
He'll get the ball in the box, and if it's Beto or Calvert-Lewin, do you know what I mean? It's literally on the red, and it's a goal. But
just on that subject, have you actually watched him?
Listen, the only positive I got from it is that Unai Emery wanted him. That's all I'm taking. So Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
When
he was once about Emery. So.
When Crippy was on about Bailey earlier, I was just thinking straight away, that's just the same as Harrison. You'll love him one week and you'll hate him the next. Honestly.
Yeah, that's fine.
So frustrating.
As long as he's doing it one week and the other week he's shit, it's McNeil that's doing it. That's fine. As long as someone else is pulling away. But, I mean, I said ages ago, at the end of the season, we should have said, right, thanks, Dyche, here's your money. Go and get Graham Potter in. I would have done it, but
I can't believe he
in the football club.
Do you think Potter's just hanging on till after the Euros?
Yeah,
so he can
he's getting paid crazy money. Well, I think he's waiting if he's getting paid so well by Chelsea still.
I'm getting paid by Chelsea.
Yeah, I think Pardew.
Where do you think your fucking tax credits comes from? It all comes from Chelsea.
Chelsea is still paying money. They're still paying Drogba out there.
Dennis Wise is still on the payroll.
Dennis Wise.
Fucking Dimitri Kari. Anyway, I think that's proved that I'm far too fucking old. Yes. Good thing is we'll be back next week and we will have Premier League football to talk about and Championship football, but you won't be here, will you, Andy?
No, back at work next week.
No Championship
next week, then.
Minimal chat about leagues in
I'll be in the comments.
All right, we'll bring some Championship crack in for you. But yes, that is us done. So we will be back next week, 8 o'clock, once again, to talk shit for an hour about football. How fantastic is that? In the meantime, you think it's all over. It is now. Finger guns.